Hey, yo, B, what's going on, everybody out there? Mr. Sandman signing back in real quick. Y'all miss all y'all motherfuckers, B. Dead ass. Like, man, we gotta excuse me. I've been under the weather for these past few days. No, it's not COVID, so don't even start saying that nonsense. It's not the 19, so relax, all right? I think I got the flu, actually, and it's like, man, it's been kicking my ass these past few days. But I'm I'm feeling a little better now, and shouts go out to my lady for basically being my personal nurse, helping me get back to 100%. So during me, being under the weather and being at home, these dudes Netflix had came out with Cowboy Bebop, the live action series, and I'm like, oh hell yeah, let's go. Like for you anime fans out there, um, y'all know what it is with Cowboy Bebop. Me, I was first introduced to Cowboy Bebop when it was on Adult Swim way back then, like I think like 20 years ago, if I'm not mistaken. You know what I'm saying? It used to come on like 11:30 at night. Fun anime to watch. You know what I'm saying? And when I seen that these dudes was coming out with the actual live action season, I'm like, I'm all for it. Let's fucking go. And especially when they when Netflix teased the trailer, like by showing the intro, and they had the intro basically look just like, you know what I'm saying, the anime. I'm like, oh hell yeah. Let's fucking go. That had me pumped. Of course, I had some shit here and there that they changed around, but I was so pumped. But here's the thing, you know what I'm saying? That not only myself, but other people always complain about. And it's been happening for decades. Why do Hollywood always gotta switch shit up? Why? Why you just can't just do what y'all seen in a cartoon or a video game? Just do that. Just you know what I mean? Convert that into a live action movie series, whatever. Why I have to always switch shit up? That shit is so annoying. And it does take away from the integrity of the live action, the live action. You know what I'm saying? Because for the diehard fans out there, we are expecting certain things. And when we don't get them, it just spoils it. It spoils the whole mood. It's like, all right, like for instance, right? Like with the main characters, you got Jet and you got Spike. Now, first of all, I ain't gonna lie. I did always watch Cowboy Bebop from before, and I never knew this dude's name was always Jet Black. I'm like, this dude's name is Jet Black. Wow, that's wild, crazy. That's this dude named Jet Black. But in the actual anime, he's not black. I guess you could say he's light skinned, but nah, like I always thought he was a white dude. You know what I'm saying? But in this, he a dark skinned dude. The dude that plays him is named Mustafa Shakir or Shaker. I would say Shakir, to be on the safe side. And I'm not gonna lie, he did this damn thing. He had the beard. You know what I'm saying? He had the beard. He had like all the mannerisms and basically him being like that authority figure to Spike or what may have you, like basically trying to have Spike, you know, cut the bullshit out and be real with him, and you know him wanting to trust Spike and him questioning the trust also. Mustafa Shakir, yeah. If I got your name wrong, I apologize. But y'all know who I'm talking about. Um, and speaking of Spike, got my dude John Cho from Harold and Kumar, and I love my dude. I love John Cho. I think he does good work. You know what I'm saying? Like he's a good actor and he could do comedic stuff too. But if you to see Spike on the actual anime, he is not Chinese, Oriental, whatever, Japanese, nothing. He's a regular old white dude. What made them think this dude was Chinese or Japanese or whatever? What made them just be like, you know what? Who should we get for this role? John Cho. I don't know. Was he a fan? Was he always a fan of Cowboy Bebop? That he decided, like, you know what? He always been a fan. Oh fuck it, let him just play that role because he'll bring some notoriety, or he got superstar status, so we can just put him in that role. It didn't make any sense to me. Now, don't get me wrong. I like that he also nailed Spike's characteristics, like when it comes to him, you know, being a complete prick, never listening to anybody. Like when it comes to Jet, playing by his own rules, always having his hands in his pockets when he's walking around, like that careless prick attitude. And like when it came to the action, I'm not gonna lie, it was some parts where I was like, yo, I ain't gonna lie, that looked crazy. It looked a little stink. But for the most part, it was passable. It really was. And you can tell that he didn't use a stuntman that much. And I could always respect that because there's actors out there that always has to use a stuntman, and he wasn't on that type of time. And well, matter of fact, both of them was Musafa and this dude John Cho. Both of them was on that type of time when they didn't have to really use stuntmen like that, and that's cool. You know what I'm saying? Because it gives it more authenticity, and especially like when they like when they use a stuntman and they will cut from the actual actor that's playing that particular role, and they will just cut to the stuntman, and you could obviously see that's a fucking stuntman. You know what I'm saying? So I like how they did that, right? You know what I'm saying? I like how they basically wanted to do most of their stunts. That's definitely what's up. You know what I'm saying? And talking about the other characters, like all right, like with Vicious, like Vicious was a little bit of a hit and miss for me because basically, what this dude Vicious, right? Like, and you know him as an anime, in the anime, Vicious was on that cutthroat, ruthless, no no remorse type of dude. He had the vulture on his shoulder. You know what I'm saying? Like that he was about that. That's the type of time he was on. You know, and this shit, I'm not gonna lie, the actor who they chose to play his role, that was when it comes to him looking like Vicious, yeah, thumbs up to that because he had the long gray hair, and he had some attitudes. Sometimes or half the time, yeah, he did act just like Vicious, but other times he was acting like a whiny little bitch, telling Spike, "You were supposed to love me. Why don't you love me?" I'm sitting there thinking like, the fuck? In the anime, Vicious didn't give a fuck if you loved them or not. He didn't give a fuck. All he was all about was taking over the syndicate. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then like, he always wanted to be accepted and loved. Like this is Netflix's version of Vicious. He always wanted to be accepted and loved, and like his father disowned him or looked down upon him because he was an alcoholic. All this bullshit. I'm like, what are we doing here? You know what I'm saying? No, he still used his katana blade as his favorite weapon, which is that's what's up. I'm glad they kept that there, and yeah, Vicious was definitely doing like grimy shit. Like it was times that he would just run the motherfucker over randomly with his car while Julia was still be in the car and just beat the motherfucker up, scaring her half to death. Yeah, I could dig that. You know what I'm saying? He was on that type of time. Yes, he was. But like other times, it's like he was just begging for acceptance. And the other Vicious wasn't like that. It's like, what the fuck was that Vulture? This dude, Vicious, looked sick when he came through with the Vulture on his shoulder, coming through like, yeah, I'm the bringer of death. You know what I'm saying? I'm slicing you the fuck up. But, whatever. That's neither here nor there. And let me talk about Faye Valentine, another character. Faye, it's like with Faye in anime, she had more impact than the Faye. And I'm not discrediting Shorty at all that played Faye. She did a decent job. I guess it was something missing when it comes to this Faye Valentine that was on the next Netflix version, because she did hit all cylinders. Like when it came to her being a smart ass, or her being a basically mainly a smart ass and trying to get her way out of certain predicaments and shit like that. But it wasn't clicking like that to me. I'm not gonna lie. And there was one scene they was trying to basically like tease a love scene or a makeout scene with her and Spike, and I'm like, are we really gonna do this? And the matter of fact, they even teased a scene, a threesome scene with her, Spike, and Jet, and I'm like, I don't remember hearing nothing like this in the actual anime. And that's the thing that I be talking about with Hollywood, but they always want to try to switch shit up. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing that we could say about Jet and Spike. You know what I'm saying? And I know that for a fact. I could be wrong, but I know that for a fact that these dudes are ultimate professionals. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, they may have bummed out all their missions. Well, not all, but like half their missions when it comes to the bounties. But they was never on no type of time when they was trying to holler at Faye. They looked at Faye as either an underling or somewhat of a partner. Somewhat. It was never a time when they was like, "Hey, Faye, you want to go make out?" Yeah, they never there on that type of time. Never. And I could be wrong, but I know I'm not fucking wrong. The fuck out of here. And speaking of, oh my god, Gren. I knew y'all couldn't wait. I knew y'all couldn't wait to get your hands on this dude, Gren. Y'all Hollywood motherfuckers. I knew y'all couldn't wait. I knew y'all couldn't wait. Oh yeah, he's transgender. That's dude. And yo, they watered Gren down to the fucking fullest, yo. Yes, was Gren transgender in the anime? Yes, he was. You know what I'm saying? He was transgender, and it's like they really like this. That's what they honed in on. They didn't try to talk about anything else. Like, you know, that he was a former assassin working with Vicious. They was like they didn't really magnify that. They just wanted to let you know, like, yes, he's transgender and that's it. That's all he is. Take it or leave it. And it's like, yo, cut the bullshit out with this fucking with this narrative. And I'm not gay bashing or nothing, But it's like, come on, why did Grant have to be on that type of time? He wasn't even on that type of time in the actual anime. Only time like you didn't see Grant walking around with makeup on and all that other stuff. He walked around like a regular old guy. Only time he was that he got exposed is when he was about to make out with Faye. And when he took off his top or whatever the case may be, he had tits. And that's when Faye was like, oh shit, what the fuck? And he was like, yeah, I got this because of basically experiments that went wrong. Because they did all types of experiments on him that went wrong and he became who he was. You know what I'm saying? I didn't like how they did Grant. I did not like how they did Grant at all. Now that's one thing I could say. I did not like how they did him because that right there was a straight political bullshit. Fuck that. And I'm not gay bashing or nothing like that because he could have why he couldn't just be a transgender or whatever that was just as badass as Grant. Grant was badass in the anime. Why the fuck did he have to be like how he was? Come on, son. Wearing makeup and all. He had to Grant wasn't on that type of time at all. He wasn't. Come on, B. Stop it. And then speaking of transgenders or whatever, and I don't mean to call Ed a transgender. I don't know what the hell Ed was. I ain't gonna lie. I had to look it up on Google to see what Ed was. And I've been watching Cowboy Bebop ever since, decades ago. They even made jokes about that shit in anime. Like, what are you? You know what I'm saying? And and come to figure out, it's a young female. Why did it take so long to bring Ed in? When Ed is when Ed is a fan favorite, you brung in everybody. You had Spike, you had Jet, you had Faye, you had Ein, the little dog. And we didn't get to Ein right after this. You had Ein, but you didn't have Ed. You had Ed show up at the very end of the whole motherfucking season, knowing damn well Ed is a fan favorite. I was thinking, you know what? Maybe they did that to tease, to bring people in for the second season. But at the same time, it's like, no, 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 no. It's like the same reason why motherfuckers got mad at Mortal Kombat, the remake of Mortal Kombat. How you don't have Johnny Cage and right there? You don't have Johnny Cage, but you have this dude, whatever the fuck this dude name was, take Johnny Cage place. When Johnny Cage could easily played that role. Why? You know what I'm saying? Because then it's like people will lose interest. It's like, well, I don't give a fuck now because I wanted to see this particular person and that person's not there. So fuck your season 2 and fuck your second movie, whatever. You know what I'm saying? You can chase motherfuckers away like that. Why did y'all do that, man? Like, you know what I'm saying? And shouts go out to the actor or actress that played Ed. I know a lot of people was like, oh, they didn't like how that person was playing Ed. And I don't think that kid did a bad job. I really don't think he did a bad job. Or she. I don't think she did a bad job, the kid. It just it was way too late. Way too late for you know what I'm saying? For a cliffhanger. Why would you use Ed for a cliffhanger? Nah, son. I think that was poorly written, when it came to that. You know what I'm saying? I guess we'll figure it out if they do a season 2 and the second season will get more love than the first season. But, everybody wanted to see Ed. Because I remember when everybody had first watched the trailer, and we seen the intro. A lot of people was like, "Where's Ed?" That's like the first and only thing people ask. Where's Edward? Where is he? She? Whatever the fuck. Where the fuck is that motherfucker? Where is it? Huh? The fuck? Another thing I wanted to touch on with the Mad Pierrot or whatever, Mad Pirate, whatever the fuck, that fat clown motherfucker, the one that was in the anime, he was using a cane as a fucking shotgun. Yo, I ain't gonna lie, that's one of my favorite episodes. Definitely one of my favorite episodes. That motherfucker was a beast. And I love the fact that he was fat, but he was mad agile and shit. Cause you know, in other like cartoons or movies or whatever, they will have the motherfucker that's all he gotta be ripped up and muscular and to be doing all types of all that extra stuff. Nah, they had that fat dude doing all types of guile flip kicks and flying all through the air, and that's what the fuck I'm talking about. Represent for them fat dudes out there. You know what I'm saying? But then you had this motherfucker in the damn in the Netflix version skinny. You know what I'm saying? He's skinny. He got some bullshit on his damn wrist, like to make him fly and all the extra shit. Like he was on some, I don't know, like, and he would have a force field or he just fly. And I'm like, come on, son, what are y'all doing here, man? Why are you just gonna be like how he was in the anime, a fat clown randomly just coming to kill Spike? It worked in the anime. Why you had to do, you know what I'm saying, that bullshit? And then in the anime, he had a phobia against cats, right? But they wanted to switch it up, and they wanted to give him a phobia against dogs. Given the fact that, that's how I was going to talk about Iron, and this is when Iron comes into play. And I'm sitting there thinking like, because when Iron showed up, he started tripping like, being scared of Iron, the damn dog. And I'm like, why though? Like, why? Little simple shit like that don't have to be switched up and changed. What the fuck are we doing here? Why Hollywood just can't leave shit alone? Why they always gotta switch up? Oh my god. But anyways, and then like with like this dude, the Matt Perot or whatever, like how he died was just so ridiculous. Like this dude, yeah, he got stabbed in the leg just like in the anime. He cried for his mommy saying it hurt. And then the dude just he floated off in midair at the Spike kicked that device on his wrist. He kicked the device and he flew up in midair. And then like randomly the grenades that he had strapped to his chest, it just randomly just broke off the strap, it just randomly just popped off his chest. Nobody tugged on it or nothing. It just randomly just came off his chest, fell on the damn ground, and all the pins from the grenades dropped out. Like, and I'm like, what kind of cop out was that? What kind of cop out was that? That shit was ridiculous how they did the Mad Pedo. And then, mind you, this dude is still in midair. So when all the grenades and all that blew up and the whole carnival, whatever, blew up and shit like that, he wasn't in the blast. So how the fuck did the Mad Pierrot die? They didn't say he died, but it's like in a way they did say he died without mentioning it. See, like in the anime, the Mad Pierrot died because he got stomped by the marching band, that robotic marching band that came by after he got stabbed in the fucking leg. You know what I'm saying? It's like that shit was a major cop out. And then, as a matter of fact, at first, the Mad Pedo didn't even have the clown suit. He put on the clown suit when he went to the fucking carnival. Come on, son. They did that shit like at the end of the episode. He finally went up on the clown suit, and he still ain't have the motherfucking. He still ain't have a fat stomach. It's like, oh, fuck y'all fat dudes. Y'all can't get no type of shine, huh? The fuck, fat dudes could be agile too. Fuck out of here, B. And last but not least, let's talk about this slut, Julia. Oh God, I think it was either I don't know if it's either Julia or damn, what the fuck is the motherfucking name? Julia Faye or this motherfucker, the Mad Pierrot, that they fucked up. I don't know who was fucked up the worst. But Julia, she was just a fucking scumbag. She was. That bitch was not shit. First of all, she was fucking with this dude. She was fucking with this dude Vicious, right? Everything is all whatever, whatever. She happy, they happy. You know what I'm saying? When she was singing at the club and Vicious and Spike was listening to her sing, Vicious fell in love with her looks. Spike, aka Fearless, fell in love with her voice. Right? So Vicious hollered at her first. He hollered at her first, snatched her up, whatever, whatever. Everything is all copacetic. So it was this one day, this one night, as a matter of fact, they was in the club chilling. This dude, Vicious, was on his he was in his bag. He was on his punk shit, you know what I'm saying, drinking drinking the pain away type bullshit. Acting like, oh, I'm just angry at the world type bullshit, right? So Julia wanted to dance. Vicious didn't want to dance. So she was like, she eventually asked Spike to dance. Spike didn't want to dance at first. Vicious was like, yo, go ahead, just dance. It's all good. You know what I mean? We family. So, all right, cool. So he gets up, you know what I'm saying? At first he tells Julia, like, look, I don't know how to dance or whatever. Julia was like, oh, it's easy, da da da. So they dancing, da da da. And then this dude that was dancing on the dance floor with them bumped into this dude, Spike, by accident. And they leaned into each other like in like a romantic, like, her face is right here, his face is right here, like, and then a homie took a picture. Another dude took a picture. It was like, oh, you were such a cute couple, right? So whatever. So after that, these dudes was driving home. I don't even know why the fuck Vicious is even fucking driving. This dude just came from taking mad shots, drinking mad shots at the bar, but whatever. He's driving home, driving home. They ended up bumping into this dude that they had beef with. So Vicious is like, nah, fuck that. I'm gonna run down on this dude. This dude, Spike was like, nah, chill. Like, you doing too much. Vicious was just trying to hit that. Ran down on the dude. Hit him with a car. Boom. Jumped out the car. Saw pounding him out. Catching him UFC style with the motherfucking ground and pound. And while he's doing this shit, Julia was like, oh my God, like, what the fuck is going on here? Right? She's scared. And, Spike, basically went out and told him to stop. You wilding out. Yo, you wilding. What the fuck is you doing? He tells her to take Julia home. Whatever. He said, all right, cool. Jumps in the whip, goes to take Julia home. This bitch ends up giving this dude the fucking drawers. Mind you, they never broke up or nothing like that. She never told this dude, Vicious, like, yo, I'm not fucking with you no more. I'm done. She just gave the dude the fucking drawers. Like, the fuck? And then, whatever. After that, they was fucking around for a minute. Mind you, Vicious don't even know what's going on. His father had to tell him. He's like, oh, why you sitting here getting drunk? Your slut is fucking around with Fearless, aka Spike. Because his name was Fearless when he was in the syndicate. So he's like, oh, get the fuck out of here. He wasn't trying to believe that shit. Cause like, that's my bro. My bro wouldn't betray me like that. But he told him like, motherfucker, it's true. She's a slut. Anyways, so this dude, this motherfucker spiked the ultimate simp move. It was like, yo, let's leave town. It's me and you. Let's get away from it all. Let's just go out of town and start all over. I'm like, yo, my man, what the fuck are you? Yo, that's supposed to be your people's lady. Like they was that serious, and you just gonna be like, yo, fuck it all. You want to leave town with this bitch? They made that dude Spike look like the ultimate simp. Like, what the fuck is you doing? And then of course they ain't make it. They even make it to the motherfucking train station or airplane, nothing like that, because this dude Spike wanted to link up with her, right? He said, let's link up such and such, and then whatever. And before she even left out the house, this dude Vicious had somebody send for her. That was like, yo, it's not safe in the streets. You need to come with me. This dude Vicious want to see you. She had a suitcase packed and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? What that bitch do? She left the suitcase right there and went to go see Vicious. And then after that, Vicious went to go link up with Spike and blasted his ass. He fell in the river and whatever. He vanished from the syndicate for like 3 years. Everybody thought he was dead from a gunshot wound and maybe drowning to death. So fast forward towards the last episode of the season, this bitch. Oh my God. She figures out that this little Spike was still alive. And she was like, oh, you never came back? How you never came back to come get me? This dude Spike was like, oh, that's my fault. Da, 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 da. And he was like, basically, like, she was like, oh, how can you do this to me? I loved you, all types of shit. And Spike was like, oh, but I thought you chose Vicious. That's what Vicious told me. Vicious told me that you chose him. You slut. He should have said that, but you know what I'm saying? He didn't. He was acting all remorseful and shit. Well, long story short, she just shoots the dude Spike. Shoots this motherfucker. He falls out the window. And I'm like, what the fuck are we doing here? What is this? So then after that, I'm thinking that she's gonna kill Vicious also. Like, might as well, because come to figure out, she wants to be the head of the syndicate. Ooh, dun, dun, dun. The fuck out of here. But she don't even end up killing this dude. She ended up keeping him alive in some damn room somewhere where she gonna basically torture him. Like, what she did was she played Russian roulette with him, and then when she pulled the trigger, it wasn't the bullet that had it wasn't the chamber that had the bullet in. So she was like, oh, we'll try this again tomorrow. So basically that's what she's gonna do. She's gonna keep playing Russian roulette with him until she pulled the trigger on the right chamber. Which is fucking ridiculous. That bitch is toxic as all hell. This dude was beating on this bitch, like all types of shit. But you rather kill Spike because you chose to go with Vicious. You rather kill Spike, but you rather keep Vicious alive? You even said yourself. You said, oh, since I'm your wife, I can speak for you. Nobody don't even have to see you. I can speak for you. So kill the motherfucker, you dumb bitch. The fuck you still got him around? God damn. Anyways, I'm not gonna hold you up too long. I ain't gonna lie. In a way, I ain't gonna lie. In a way, I liked it. I liked it. I'm not saying it was awesome. It's definitely not better. It's definitely not better than the anime. Nowhere near better than the anime. Like once you basically put all that bullshit to the side when it comes to Hollywood switching things around, when you get that, when you put that to the side, it's not that bad. It's really not. You know what I'm saying? Like they try their best to keep you interested. I like the visuals of the spaceships. You know what I'm saying? I really do like that a lot. The visuals, especially when it comes to like a Netflix budget. I definitely liked how they had the spaceships looking. You know what I'm saying? It didn't look too hokey, too corny. Um, I like how they try to be dedicated to the source material. They could do a way better job, but you can still see the dedication here and there to the source material. You definitely can, but it's like they could have helped themselves. They just had to put a whole lot of bullshit in there, just cause. They just had to do it. Like, and that's the thing with Hollywood. Can we get a movie or live action or whatever that's coming from a video game or a cartoon, whatever? Can we just have it just like how it was in the video game in the or the cartoon or whatever? Why we just can't just get it the same fucking way? Why must y'all always put a spin on everything when y'all reenact something in live action? It's highly annoying. It's very fucking annoying. And that's why most of the times shit like this fails. Just leave the shit alone. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And if y'all can't and y'all not capable of doing something like that, then just leave it alone. That's it. Fuck, man. But anyways, I'm up off this, B. Would I recommend this? Yeah, I recommend it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it's completely horrible, but Hollywood does change a lot of shit here and there. Um, this dude, I would say, deserves an MVP. This dude that played Jet Black, Jet Black. That fucking name is so racist. But yeah, Jet Black. Musafa, what's his name? Musafa Shaker, whatever. Shots go out to him. He did a great. He did great. John Cho, he did his thing too. But I just think like him playing that role was just so out of place because if you just see Spike, aka Fearless, on the anime, he is not Chinese or Oriental of any sorts. He's not. He's a regular old white dude. So cut this shit. And on that note, peace out, motherfuckers.